and going after the site itself.
Yeah, they go straight through the elbow, and they're looking to throw an elbow of their own as well to really take this site quick and clean. Georggyyy, he does get that opening pick on Draxiimov, who was already alone. He found a second on the Nexi, trying to make his way through that McDonald's smoke. Beats, gets one of his own as well. The only pick here that they found was on Georggyyy, but that's not going to cut it.
Loving it here so far from Zeal Esports. Enemy that's a happy meal and a half. SenyorCarL catches out Exotic. Nice flank here from SenyorCarL.
Two rifles, and they've taken Hall's control to really keep things close and have that extra avenue of attack. Mind you, they cannot close this switch once it's been opened, at least when it's on the way to being opened because of the changes. Then on the yellow, they're really going to ring the alarms. Nexi finds one, dismissing it to safety. CraigyS gets a trade on the Viper, so no one takes smokes here from LFO.
And Zeals here having the rifles in hand, two of them. There we go with the shot. SenyorCarL seen by Nexi, symbol on
one
board.
enemy remaining.
Careful with the rally back with the arsenal that they need. Suga now all alone, and he's in the cave. This might be seen here screeching into the distance. Exotic comes in close to get that takedown. So
that could be a big factor later on, but it seems like LFO, they're going for the safer route, the safer option. They know there's someone here inside the site. They have gotten the tag on Draxiimov, and they find him as well. Backside uncleared, but they're going to get it cleared really quick and easy. FireSaiyajiN gives him a second kill of the round that they so desperately need, and they've taken full control and force of this site.
Yeah, Zeal Esports just getting in the face of adversity time and time again. LFO ill-prepared on the angles. They expect them one enemy remaining. But Symbol and CHOWDY fighting on BAPSU there with a takedown. Symbol gets a second. But the only symbol right now that's looming here for LFO might be defeat. But FireSaiyajiN flying on high. Almost gets spotted there by Symbol, who's ready with the ultimate. Now the shotgun's there, reaching dark. The wolves scan him out. Good spot here from Beats already. Symbol needs to make a decision. Only 12 HP though. And this looks to be Zeal Esports now trying to clean up nicely. Tried ambitious. Now the wall goes down. Aldrone there spotting out left-hand side though Reyna, and this can be Zeal Esports navigating towards where they want to put that spike. Hot's Fury though to call in response. Symbol unleashing it there, but SenyorCarL FireSaiyajiN on the board. Symbol there finds Beats in response. But Zeal Esports now, they're getting the entries that they need. A stark difference from the last two series that they have. Let's see if they can continue on in the post-plant here, Black and Blue.
Still winnable though for LFO, but Nexi goes down. That's going to make things a lot more difficult. This distance that they're fighting is really making it so difficult for LFO, but Draxiimov doesn't care. Exactly 1v2. A Symbol's going to look for a sign. He delivers, but cannot complete the task. Zeal.
Gone more so than that, above and beyond with the performances. He is one to watch out for and understand why he's on that sky roll now. But we're rolling in. Look at these sights. FireSaiyajiN spamming down after a bit of that intel. Snakebite is there, but Draxiimov,
I don't think he has any idea that he's actually here. He gets the one, could get the second, but the spray is too wild from that Spectre. Not the most consistent weapon at long range or even at medium. So Draxiimov, he pops the Seekers to find that he can actually attain. SenyorCarL on the flanking. CHOWDY, a fourth coming in here from mechanical players who just completely make their own moments and pop off. And that's not something LFO don't seem to be prepared to deal with as of the meantime, but even at long range, SenyorCarL, crispy, clean, and perfect.
Oh, Nexi though, answering back and bring the crunch on this time. At least catching out the chamber there. Seekers now though, with the hunt, FireSaiyajiN searching on around. And Zeal Esports here getting a bit of intel that there is one in the middle, but that is Nexi willing to fight for this round. Aldrone now searching on, does get blinded a little bit. FireSaiyajiN with a catch onto Nexi. And here we go again. Zeal Esports now getting more and more of the map secured. They're getting happy already that they can station here because the flanks are going to be absolutely covered. And when in doubt, LFO has to stack on the other side.
One enemy remaining.
Exotic, that high will not help you, good sir. Zeal Esports again, cleaning up so nicely. This is so...
3 curse saves them. They're going to be in a rough spot.
Just gotta believe sometimes in the superstition. I heard some older players like to do that one. Simple though, beautiful shot with the 2. Hey, head hunting this time with the sheriff. And Boo gets some gusto here. Guiding light though, smacking at the door. They're now blinded by each other. And they can't see anything. But that does give a reprieve here for LFO so far. In the end, it's a stall. But SenyorCarL, this engine keeps on going. 3v3 action right now. LFO though being ambitious as he stands with the left gun. But SenyorCarL will tip that hat to you, good sir. There's the 3K we catch on cam. Beautiful thought setting up the rendezvous as well. But in these kind of scenarios here, Black and Blue, this is where Zeal Esports thrives, and they're the ones surviving more so again and again.
Totally. When you bring it down to you know, those type of aim duels, type of mano-a-mano fights. It's really what Zeal want. And there aren't much teams that can really stop them from doing that. A lot of the teams will kind of fall into that trap of just taking the gunfights.
It's very high octane from Zeal Esports. But have you noticed that it's so spread apart that it isn't just one guy popping off? Yes, there was a round where SenyorCarL would get multi-kills, but more so than not, Zeal Esports wins the duels that they have. Exotic though, finally getting the entry here. Stopped as FireSaiyajiN goes down.
That's a pickoff they needed to land. The Viper's Pit has been popped here on towards that B main position.
30 seconds.
Not dissuaded from going for it. Symbol showing 2GE the way on out. And that's two of the big initiating powers of Zeal taking off board. But CraigyS somehow sneaks his way behind enemy lines and gets a pick off on Exotic. Zeal, they're equalizing things here as Beats finds the opposing Silva. You got 12 seconds left to go though, so if there's a time to go for it, now is it. And here comes the Viper's Pit of their own. They catch CHOWDY outside of his own ultimate, and that was used. A crucial mistake and a great pounce here by Zeal.
That is just a, this is how you do a Viper's Pit. Look who's waiting on the corner. His name...
Sheriff, it's pretty much impossible to win a fight. Hell, with like a Spectre or something, and Exotic, he wins that fight, a huge one, and that takes out the tour de force in SenyorCarL's hands. No way to get that back up, at the very least, for the meantime. So LFO, they got a bit of a lifeline here, especially after this. It does not work out. 2GE, too quick.
Found one.
Now, we quickly see the Seekers on the hunt. Trying to sniff out blood in the water, and here we go again. Draxiimov expecting one way, and Zeal is in the other. Beautiful takedown there from Cookiez. Simple, clean, efficient. Spike is even planted, but it's time for heroics, and it's time to hear the Empress roar. Nexi is there, going Super Saiyan and show off his strength. Exotic though with a final FireSaiyajiN and LFO. They're gonna need a bit more of a bolster if they want to make it happen, but Cookiez gonna take out Exotic now with 3. Up this one enemy remaining. But he gets tagged. CraigyS on the side. It's seeming like the offlanes are a go, but it's all left to Symbol here.
I say sometimes losing a stomp just doesn't hurt as much as a long drawn-out battle does.
We'll see Pistol. It's the great equalizer, and now we'll see the division here thanks to the Poison Cloud. Shots still come, and it is a big outage here. That needs to be needed, but Exotic will get one beat. Nice shot right there. CraigyS on the board. And Zeal Esports, that's just huge, suppressing fire.
Down,
you see that doorway? No way, no how, no entry, because not only the traps of the guns, but also the electricity crackling from the sofa. This puts a stop to the last player standing. Force. The momentum has sputtered, has stalled, and now they are dead to rights. SenyorCarL
and move on to map 2.
And guns in favor of Zeal. SenyorCarL even picking up the rifle already. And Zeal Esports, this has to just be them thinking that they can just deliver on the hunt. And there you go, catching out Symbol. LFO, they're gonna have to look back at just how this matchup went. It is a factor for how the map really is, but at the same time, those eco straights, they need to find good heroics if they just get caught up in the momentum, or in maps rather
One
that
enemy remaining.
More so play something a little bit different, because this is Zeal Esports proving how they seal the deal, and there you have it, that it has settled, and it's a 13-1 for the LFO squadron. Draxiimov setting up the stars, and here they come towards the west side of the map. Turret though greeting them, plus the fault line, and that's immediately them shut with the door shut in their faces here.
Yeah, they back off of it, even though they had some space to work with, but they didn't necessarily know that, so they're trying to go towards that B site instead, and the pickoff here coming from Nexi is huge for the LFO attack. This is where they're so proficient at, and this is what we know them to be good at. Plant on B can go down, but CraigyS will get one. He's gonna get traded off by Draxiimov though, not letting him do as much damage as he possibly could have, but Beats on the cross gets a pickoff on Symbol.
CHOWDY though with a find onto Tugan now.
One enemy remaining.
Searching, destroying, and they just keep it simple as soon as their play was shut down from the get-go. This is just a tendency for the squad of LFO. Sure, that didn't work for them to get that intel, and towards that A site, they will come and expect it. He's gonna play pop flash FireSaiyajiN. He gets one, but Draxiimov with a great trade. Now down to the ground there. Blades connect now from Exotic. That is good use of a second updraft there in the first place. Graffiti now being held, and LFO gives Zeal Esports their own medicine. CraigyS now comes on in. Symbol is there for the refrag. 3v2 situation, but LFO in their post-plant scenario, have most of the angles they want to cover already with one in station here. But Beats might make a play.
This is doable, especially if we find 2GE you know, getting a pick off in their favor. But doesn't seem like that the opportunity is going to present itself any longer. On the spike, Beats goes in with a flash, and it's now down to 1v2, but Cookiez is way too low to try and take his fight. And the 3-0, as I can do that every single time. But the economy has been forced upon this Zeal Esports squad. Try and find a bit more than just a few picks in this round. Maybe convert the eco, who knows, it could happen. So he takes that forward position up top with a vertical angle. SenyorCarL is going to find one. He's done his job. Draxiimov is going to stop the rest of the second wave of the help here coming from Zeal's defense. CraigyS
down.
doing good work with the sheriffs and does so beats as well. And CraigyS finds a double. It's down to a 2v1 and Nexi's all alone.
He's getting there, and now it's all up to Nexi. CraigyS has been getting
one enemy remaining.
Small this time he gets sprayed out the beat. Let's go here for Zeal Esports. That is a vicious, but you make a good point there. That was 2 people here for LFO. Kind of missed opportunity. But now, let's see if they don't miss a second time. Exotic creeping up closer. Flashpoint into the A-long angle. Far side to take it. Mostly there by Beats already. Beats now with a beat down onto one more. And Zeal Esports with a 1-2 punch with the left and the right jabs across the nation. FireSaiyajiN now going Super Saiyan with 3. Zeal Esports willing to dominate, willing to fight. And a quad is there for FSJ. That is how you do it.
Where he is. SenyorCarL, even though the armor on that panel has been removed, he's still committing to the fight. He knows that he's got that dash to get away any single time he does. He wants to, rather. Exotic, they're looking to already make their entry here towards the A site, and I don't think Zeal even know that they're here. Playing that contact play, Exotic finds a double kill to open up the site, and he's completely taking them by storm.
Played by Exotic, just infiltration, and now the navigation. This is just mission impossible for him, and he succeeds. The action star that he is on the site. Onto the angles and the Lynx right defense, because they always want to make those kind of plays. They're a very proactive squadron rather than being able to have that patience as much to pull there. In case of points, LFO got in and got the round.
The round. So actually, no, they lose this one. They should have a bye at the very least after this round. But obviously, that's not something they're going to rely on. Georggyyy getting the kill, traded out immediately by CHOWDY. Goes 1 for 1, which is very least what you can hope for on an anchor like that. Still, 4v3 on a difficult retake like this with an operator in your hands, unless, you know, SenyorCarL retrieves the rifle here or pops the blades, it's going to be quite difficult to retake this with an op.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard now, as look at how LFO is stationed. They have the garage under the table. Beats, ooh, flash it up. What's the play? He has a rolling thunder. Our Zeal's gonna be ambitious. Is this with a volley of good? But SenyorCarL flies on in to get that takedown. FireSaiyajiN gonna get on board as well. CHOWDY has his back, and they're free from him, but he's blinded by the lights, blinded by the Seekers, and FireSaiyajiN is just so bedazzling here. Sky versus sky action, but time is ticking. Zeals, though, they will break the sweat, yes, but they will get the defuse here. Aggressive. They love to have those wins of momentum right behind them. Just this audacity to be able to say, I can't believe we got away with that one. Turret though gonna say hello, but the Cosmic Divide will muffle everything else. Spikes planted. The map itself has to have FireSaiyajiN. They're looking for targets. They couldn't find it at the very start. Nexi and CHOWDY get on the board.
One enemy remaining.
From ceiling. And CraigyS is not done. 1-2 mode down. So in response, it seems like it's all up to him in this scenario. The astronaut in from the left-hand side. 2 get fights, and he will win.
Side Cosmic Divide as well. Just a complete conundrum of the X buttons here as they all dump their utility and their ultimates out.
Though it's ticking. And the thing is, Zeals now trying to be cheeky here. Can they just go for CPs on the other side? They haven't committed as of yet. But I love the flag here already from Draxiimov. Sonic goes down. CHOWDY is there. Draxiimov gonna get on the board versus CraigyS. And watch out for the Azys.
One enemy remaining.
Time though. The defuse comes on.
One enemy remaining.
To bring their A game, all the ultimates are going to be dumped here. And speaking of that, it's LFO who have the ultimate advantage coming to the round.
LFO. Going for the shot.
I've got your train
now. Gonna be road position. The Seekers though will be in here on the Fury now, trying to get a catch. Simple will net the kill on the 2 get, but SenyorCarL answers back with the operator of his own form. Now SenyorCarL down with the blade, beats with the beatdown on the Exotic Nexi finds SenyorCarL, but can he get one more Nexi? No, the answer is resounding. CraigyS the beat. Show on up and green lights and wait for the flash to happen before they go for the execute. Discipline gonna be very important right now for Zeal Esports if they want to wrap things up. And LFO in the meantime, it's all up to them to take every single opportunity that they can have when Zeal Esports makes a bit of an error. Oh, low on the HP though already, half there with 50. Sonic can take down on SenyorCarL. CHOWDY, Sonic cleaned up nicely. Nexi very even. And while Georggyyy did fight on back, it's all left to FireSaiyajiN. He's one bullet away from his own demise. Even shoot him in the leg. Why don't you go on in? Someone hit him.
30 seconds left.
That got scary a little bit. But
for Zeal, we've seen them turn things around in this situation, but when they were on defense on this exact same site. Flash out to the last guiding light that FireSaiyajiN has got, but 2G is going to open up the site here on the symbol. Huge pick for him to find the answer back from the Bulldogs on Exotic. They got a little time to work with, but it's more than enough to get the plant down. The 3v2, not a single proper rifle in the hands of either LFO member. Bulldog and Spectre is all they got to rely on, but we know they can be very thrifty. Up close though, that's gonna work out, but the timing works out for him. And the Spectre, that's what I was talking about. You don't have that reliability. Drawing out battle for the meantime, but it can get there if LFO bring us to that path.
Yeah, we'll see now as the path will be paved. Instead, Zeal Esports bring in the steamrollers and going for renovations. Beat those, here's the rolling thunder, but Draxiimov shoot, but at least he gets back into it, and the transfers are real, and these are gonna be the departures. Bit of the Cosmic Divide though being set on up. Here we go with the blades and SenyorCarL. He got away with one a while ago. Can he get through this time?
One enemy remaining.
Trying to get an angle here. SenyorCarL cleans up nicely, and that's Zeal Esports with the spike diffuser. Really, the attention that was caught on out, and now with the guiding light here, SenyorCarL will be known to be in this position. But does he care? Not really. He's so willing right now. He's feeling it. But there's the ego check, courtesy of LFO. And Nexi, of course, will be prepared for it. Oh, that's beautiful. From Exotic, frame that shot. As soon as CraigyS shows on up, so just flick on out. 5v3 right now. Slow also from the gravity well here. LFO doing a good job controlling the now too busy.
Spike
and
down,
LFO
C.
are going in for the woodwork. This is guerrilla warfare and a half. The ambushes are real from LFO and conveniently and their potency be the value as they stack heavily onto a long one over short. That's gonna be FireSaiyajiN. Maybe gonna go for the flashes. SenyorCarL leaves charge long. We'll say hello and just Nexi.
30 seconds left.
Up and he's dead to rights there.
That gives him the rifle. Now SenyorCarL has to realize, even though they are on the eco, they have man advantage. They've got two rifles on their sides. Cannot run too big of a risk to drop that. And the plant denial rather comes from Simple with that great Hunter's Fury. Ultimate working out from SenyorCarL finds a second, but they're completely blind on the side to try and fend him off. CraigyS finds one, but Simple's gonna get it. Immediately, Cookiez will still get the kill. And in the end, FireSaiyajiN will light them ablaze. Of the Zeal attack, I've taken their talents towards this A site. It's going to be CHOWDY to be that first and only line of defense, especially if this lockdown isn't destroyed.
And signing now towards that A site, and CHOWDY really has to be the hero here of LFO. Next gets 1-2, gets the trade, and CHOWDY gets two there. Finally,
one enemy remaining.
And CHOWDY is going super
30
here
seconds
on
left.
the side of LFO. SenyorCarL was on the lurk, but it's all CHOWDY all day, every day for now. Dishes have been served, and what is cooking here for LFO? Truly the prodigal plays of their newer players. SenyorCarL though, 1v3 scenario, can he make it happen? No, he does not. And LFO, they beg some
far elsewhere.
The thing is, it worked before, so the question of why Zeal Esports had the answer a while ago, but now they have to rethink if that hero experiment does not pan out for them. Like a symbol with a takedown of the FireSaiyajiN. CraigyS still comes in close.
One enemy remaining.
Be able to beat him in CQC, and that's 4 for him. Symbol only for him. Great navigation towards the east side with a knife. Here we go with beat stop planting. Spike LFO. Has to go for the 5v5 to take it back to the blue. And taking first and foremost. SenyorCarL goes down.
Weapons advantage heavily in the favor here of LFO, and they're gonna try and tap this defuse to try and get the beat on the FireSaiyajiN. He invested in the Spectre. Spectre, and he gets a triple kill out of it too. He's playing it really
One
close.
enemy
Nexi
remaining.
coming in from the flank on the grass, touching him by storm. And FireSaiyajiN with the forte. This man, FFJ, saves the day, and they get map 2, deleting LFO from Group B.